What's going on, guys? Steve here, doing a video on my zombie collection. I've seen a few people post these in the past couple days, and being that zombies are one of my favorite subgenres of horror, I figured I'd post up mine. These are most of my zombie collection. I know I have a few lent out, a few that I don't know where the hell they are at the moment, but yeah, out of what I have in my collection today, these are my zombie movies. I'm going to start off with the movie that started it all for me, and that's Night of the Living Dead. Sorry the lighting's in here bad, but as you can see, it's signed by George Romero. Then I have a Riff Tracks copy of Night of the Living Dead. And then I have the remake of Night of the Living Dead signed by Tony Todd. Next up is the original Dawn of the Dead, the bare bones edition. The Dawn of the Dead, the Ultimate Collection. The remake, which this is the director's cut. Then I have the theatrical cut of it. Next is Day of the Dead, which, if I can get this open without messing it up, is signed by Tom Savini. And then I guess a remake of Day of the Dead. I haven't actually watched this. I've heard terrible things about it. One day I'll get around to checking it out. And again, I'm not going to go too much into detail with any of these. Most of them you guys have seen already. And others, just, I don't want to make this a long-ass video. This is my opinion of the weakest entry of the Dead series, and that's Land of the Dead. I should get a better copy of this, but this does. The two movies that get shitted on a lot, which I do enjoy. George Romero seems to do something different with every installment of his series movies. Well, Diary of the Dead, and the Blu-ray of Survival of the Dead. Next is my second favorite zombie series, and that's Return of the Living Dead, which I need to upgrade this to Blu-ray eventually. Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Now, these are the only movies in the series that are worth the shit, but the completists in me, I haven't even watched these all the way through because they just bore me to tears. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead 4, Necropolis, whatever the fuck you want to say it, and Night of the Living Dead 5, Grave to the Grave. And next up, these aren't true horror movies in my opinion, but they have zombies, and I was a big fan of the games. And I have the steelbook versions of the 4 Resident Evil movies and Resident Evil Degeneration, the DVD version of it. Next is a couple Blu-rays that I do own on zombies. One is Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies, which is an Asylum film. I actually just recently picked this. I actually like this one a lot more than Abraham Lincoln's Vampire Hunter. Then Dead Snow, which easily became one of my all-time favorite horror movies, zombie movies, whatever. And kind of an infection movie, but I consider this more of a zombie movie, the remake of The Crazies. They got Dance of the Dead, City of the Living Dead. I put Chillerama in here because one of my favorite stories on this anthology is the zombie crossover story. Got 2 bootlegs. I don't know how the hell to pronounce this. Sean Barrow Beauty 1 and 2. I know the first one's out on DVD in the US, but just haven't bothered picking it up. It's not a bad movie. It's cheesy fun. Next is the definitely underrated Fido. This was a really good movie, I thought. Definitely a good take on the zombie genre. Indie film The Dead Matter, signed by the director, which I don't know if you could see it, but yeah. The Dead Next Door. Bootleg copy of The Dead Set. I really need to import the UK release. Dead and Breakfast. Flight of the Living Dead, which is actually decent. Next up is the 25th anniversary edition of Zombie. the Zombie Bloodbath trilogy, independent nonsense. I actually really do enjoy these movies though. Zombie Diaries, which had the sequel too some ways. It's not as good as that. That one's not the greatest, but it's watchable. The sequel's not so bad. Cemetery Man, Ninjas vs. Zombies, Nightmare City. These next two are pretty freaking bad. House of the Dead. I actually like this one because it's one of those that it's so bad and corny that it's actually fun to watch every so often. And House of the Dead 2. This one's terrible. I believe I got it because Sid Haig's in it for a little bit in the beginning. Definitely not recommended. Probably the worst. This pile, sadly. The Horde. And this is the R2 edition. Release. Outpost. One of those $3 big lock buys that I've never gotten around to watching yet. Planet Terror. One of my all-time favorites. Rabid Grannies. And another favorite of mine, because I just really love trauma films, and that's Redneck Zombies. Next I got the Anchor Bay release of the Reanimator with the syringe pen marker, magic marker, I think it is, a highlighter. Beyond the Reanimator, which I'm not a big fan of, and I actually sadly don't have Bride of the Reanimator. Undead. Zombie Strippers. Zombie Nation. Trailer Park of Terror. And last, well, wait, nope, I got two more. Uncle Sam. Anchor Bay release. And last but not least, a copy of Tokyo Zombie. So yeah, that's my zombie collection. I have a few more, like I do have Dead Alive, Zombies vs. Strippers, and a few other ones that I know are lent out, and some, I actually just got a new couch I just put together, and it's sitting in front of my lower half of my collection. So I'm not really in the mood to move that, to dig all them out. But yeah, that's my zombie collection for the most part. So thanks for guys for watching. Definitely comment, recommend any zombie movies that you don't see in the collection. Always looking for new ones. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.